Hey guys, welcome to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. We are in the full release version. Hell yeah. Let's go. We're going daring. Not confident about playing on hard, let alone unfair. I think daring is fine. Okay. We're definitely going custom character. We're going with this portrait. Not changing anything else. We're going Imperial World. Going with Agility. Astra Militarum Commander. We will be playing as a sniper. Taking Persuasion just because I don't know what else to get. And we'll get a debuff to our Medicae. So we will be playing Operative. And we will be going with Agility and Perception. Because we'll be playing as Operative. Taking the Sniper and shooting skills. And then going into Assassin, which is mainly dependent on agility, and agility also helps with dodge, which provides some bonuses to certain assassin talents and skills too. So that's what we're going to be doing. So for here, go agility plus 10, perception plus 10, ballistic skill plus 10. Let's randomize. Randomize again. That's fine. Of course, we're going Stooge. And let's roll out. I do like this new loading screen. The UI looks more polished, I reckon, than what it was in the beta version, so that's nice. Got the lit candle here, which is a nice touch. Then we'll be making our way into the game. We'll be watching all the cutscenes and the dialogue. So yeah, this run will be less skipping of that stuff and more just taking it all in. Let's go.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
That was a pretty cool introduction cutscene, so that was nice. Let's see, what choice do we want to make here? Let's just go with truly an awe-inspiring sight.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with the chance to give their very life for the master of humanity.
Also, let me know if the volume of the game sounds a bit too loud or I'm a bit too soft, or vice versa. leave me a bit of feedback if you think something's not quite right. Appreciate any feedback you guys can give.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
My name is Stooge.
My regards, Master. Or should I say, von Valencius, scion of a blessed rogue trader house in the service of the Imperium. Perhaps this kinship came as a shock to you. Understandably so, given that all evidence of the connection was lost in the generations separating you and Lord Captain Theodora. It required no small effort on the part of Her Ladyship's servants to discover and verify this blood tie, which has now made you one of the heirs of this dynasty.
Lord Captain? Strange title for the Lady Theodora.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the Emperor. I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
You have a curious title. Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencius. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Yes, let us join them there. Okay. Yep, we know this stuff already. Hold tab, we can see all this. Nice. Can't quite see what that says. Okay, let's keep moving. Candlelit altar with a copy of the 2348th volume of the Lex Imperialis, Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium. Okay. Very nice. Okay, we've got an autosave there.
One of the von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
Okay. We've been ambushed. Okay, this place and fight has been changed a bit. We no longer have to fight that manticore looking thing. Now we're just fighting a servitor. Okay, can't do any setup because we got ambushed. Let's go. Oh, that's nasty. 2 crits of almost 40 damage. Yes, we know it's turn-based. Move and action points, that's fine. Okay. 52. Let's move a bit. Yes, okay. Yes, we already know that. Analyze enemies. Okay, so it's one enemy only. It's not an AoE now. Interesting. That's fine. .21 damage is decent. But they aren't hitting. Awesome.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Okay.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Okay. Check the map. Doesn't look like there's anything really, but that's fine. Tarantula sentry gun. Wires in the servitor's head are smoldering. Okay. Lehman Russ battle tank reclaimed. Exhibit is unfinished. Another symbol of the house. Valor will be displayed here at some point in the future. Okay. Interesting. Let's just continue on. Quick save it here. Okay, so we don't have voice acting for Edelthrad. Simply irrational. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide, practically an admission of heresy. Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy. I've described the situation no worse than my seneschal could have. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6 Edelthrad? Survey the room. First impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew implanted bone. nervously twitching fingers, face twisted by a slight tic and jerky movements, are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. Theodora features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head held high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthran. Behind the two of them you see two more men. One is a grey-haired officer. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks. Okay. Our second candidate has joined us. Stooge, approach and give me your answer. Passive skill tests. Okay, so we can do one of these. There are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Iron 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several cycles to do so, but it will give us the answer. Not sure about that one. Those spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. Let's go with this one. That sounds more believable. Those spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Iron 6 engages in Xeno worship. Interesting that there's no voice acting for Theodora. Reasonable and prudent, however, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor. Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you, Stooge, are simply unaware of their existence. What option do I want? Let's go with 2. That seems the most diplomatic. We are both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds? Even among his flock, not all are of a piece. Stooge, I suggest you familiarize yourself with that fact before you are sorely. Edelthran, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview. I beg your forgiveness, your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time. That was an interesting exchange. So Stooge, why are you here? I do not know just yet. I hope you will clarify that. Clarity, a luxury that few of us can afford. There is a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, is one such opportunity. Imperium of Man. Okay, let's keep going. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo Ascaris. I'm a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of Humanity, and my rights and freedoms are vindicated by my most sacred relic, the warrant of trade. Kept aboard this very vessel, mine is the honor to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign and both death and ruin to us all. Is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the boundaries of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you, Stooge, are one of those with the Von Valancius blood in their veins and rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. I am ready to take on this sacred purpose. Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful, if not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Conrad served me for many years before he made his mistake. Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you? His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the Von Valancius name, even if he avoids using it publicly. And as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Conrad's performance in his current role is satisfactory, or it used to be at least. Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now? Yeah, I thought we might get some voice acting, but apparently still not. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Navigator, translation, what are these things that you speak of? Sometimes I feel that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars. Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces, by entering it under the protection of the Geller field. We shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead. Sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium Expanse millions of stars. An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during the maintenance, or it could be a warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Geller field. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all. Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff. I guess we know where Abelard stands. Enough Abelard, such hearsay amuses me. Dira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folk speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. Where is your ship headed? Rykad system, domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Only 3 rogue traders exist in the Koronus Expanse. Jeez, that's not many. And each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House of Von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose of this voyage, but now is not the time. What are my current responsibilities? Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually I will find a post that suits you, as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aid. I have no more questions. In that case, I shall head to disturbances reported on the adjacent decks, Seneschal. If the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated. So, here we go. Time to start the battle. We've been ambushed.
I took care of this one.
Thought they were going to keep focusing on Abelard, which would have been nice. Okay. I guess we'll shoot him. It's the best shot we have. Okay. So he dodged. That was unlucky, I suppose. Yes, yes, we missed. See what they're gonna do. Not very many hits for either side. All misses and dodges. Ooh, first hit. Oh, okay. Plasma weapon, I suppose. Double kill.
Reduced to dust.
Nasty. Okay, we have a positive effect. It is kill them. Plus 50 ballistic skill until end of combat. Okay. 36. Can we move? And still shoot? Yes, we can. It's 90. Nice. Okay. End the turn. Crits. Yes, yes, okay.
I've suffered worse.
Theodora's taking care of business. Oh, nice. Dodge the streamer flame. That's always hilarious. Okay. Let's see. 36. Take it. Nope. Did not mean to hit that.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single horse and survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck. Not bad. I've seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of the war. What is happening? From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Okay. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto their decks. Casters are not working or have been sabotaged. Either way, the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship communication. I need a direct channel to the engine seer prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them. That's fine. How could there be armed people in the ranks of the crew who would dare to attack the Lord Captain? Trust me, Stu, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are a fertile environment for discontent and heresy, no matter how one tries to incinerate any seed before it can take root. All it takes is a hint of what influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle. Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. No, the tumults of the rabble are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized, is spreading too rapidly. Okay. The incident with the rampaging servitors may be connected to what is transpiring now. Possibly, quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now we need to isolate the affected compartments and assess the situation. Okay. Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the arch-militant requires aid, and be quick about it. Okay. So now it's just time to move on. Let's save it here. Fighting going on here. Okay, thank Providence you are alive and well. Always on time, mate Conrad. The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after fighting's done, you could set your chrono by. Mort, pull yourself together. What did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here, but I'll report right away. Master whispers what is happening on my ship. Freud slip. The Voxnet is silent. Vox Master is not responding. Armored assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a case of warp madness? Have some of our crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report. I've not yet received word. Okay. Conrad isn't being voice acted here either. Any Gellerfield failures, but alright. Maybe I won't read out all the dialogue. That might take a while, and you can always pause to read it yourself. Not the best voice actor, so might skip that for now, maybe a bit later. But I will read out the dialogue lines that correspond to the main character. Suggested this already. Okay. Mutiny? But who would attempt a mutiny here in the war? Continue. First we have to confirm the bridge and navigators. Okay, I guess we have to search and clear the ship. Where's Ethelthrad? Okay. Last thing known. Transition deck 18. Okay, Master of Whispers, find Ethelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Idira and Argenta, both are to remain at my side. Okay. Part of the disturbance. Goal is to bring Ethelthrad back. I could use some support. Okay. Well, I guess I've been given over to help Conrad. Then it's settled, find Ethelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state? What does that mean? Ah, there could be disruption in the Geller field. Okay. Must not allow my heir to turn into a mindless mutant to perish on it. Okay, fair enough. Do whatever it takes to bring back. I hear and obey. Then move out. Okay. Right. Okay, ready to head to 18. Long walk. I shall make do, lead the way. Okay. So, been betrayed. And now the fun starts. Gotten past that sort of introductory section.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an
Interesting,
important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber.
We failed that
For that,
quest,
I need him breathing.
or that phase of the
We're back
quest.
with us, I see. Delightful.
It's going to be interesting trying to figure out when the voice acting happens. Okay. Conrad, you two-faced scum. You are the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
Okay.
We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel. An ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Interesting that he wouldn't do it by himself. Getting me to do it instead. What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Okay, so we seeded coercion. What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy, you sordid, wretched piece of grox shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind.
Interesting. Wonder what turned him?
Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
Wonder what the falling out was all about. Skill tests in dialogue, okay. Fight the voice in your head. Get out, I'm not your puppet. Giggle. Okay. Let's do some tech use. How much? 75% chance. Okay, that's a lot higher than I was expecting. Success, 20 experience. Okay. Let's examine it. Okay. Let's just put our hand into the maw.
High levels of caustic humors. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Yes, I do require assistance.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Well, there is still another way.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what this says. Enormous gates match important to the thing they protect. Okay. I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade. To be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely. Triumph over nightmares untold. Steadily the road. Okay. Interesting text on the
Escort
warrant.
the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Are you the warrant sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Okay. This text isn't voice acted. Fair enough.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
That's not very helpful. I need a weapon. I'm utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Yes, okay. Yes, we know about the journal. Okay. Seal the warrant chamber.
Master, are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Okay, what option do we want? Conrad openly admitted that he's the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Okay, we've got some gear, which is nice. Okay, we know about the inventory, that's fine.
We are the spearhead
Let's heal
of the
up.
Imperium.
It's a permanent injury, okay, fair enough. That was a waste of a med kit. Let's save it. Okay.
That is a noticeable improvement.
Hmm.
Now you're prepared. The lower decks
Okay.
are teeming with heretics, instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
That's not very handy.
But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
What exactly has gone wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman, or God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Geller field has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak.
Okay.
If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Vox cast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warrant Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
What can we expect to find in the Navigator's Sanctum?
During warp transit, the sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the immaterial. Only a navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
That doesn't sound that good. Okay. I heard one of Theodora's Voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
The Navigator's Sanctum. Very well. Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
Okay.
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
Okay.
Don't you dare to cross us!
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Alright. Abelard can go here. I'll stay somewhere near the back since I'm the sniper. And, yeah, we might not listen to all the dialogue, especially if it's a particularly long section of dialogue. Might slow down the pace of moving through the game. Nice dodge. Okay, that's good. Abilities, that's fine. Who do I want to shoot? Shoot this guy. Nice. Works. Perfectly lines up.
Just a minor setback.
0. Okay. Abelard's abilities, okay. I think that's too risky. Brace for impact might probably trigger attack of opportunity, so let's just use the AoE.
Victory!
One guy dodged it. Okay. Can't charge. Okay, let's shoot this guy. Guy that's not in melee range of Abelard. And let's go. AoE again.
Indeed. I took care of this one.
And let's go brace for impact. Didn't trigger an attack that time. Okay. Alright, let's shoot. Okay, got experience to level up. Let's collect our loot too. Okay. To inventory, to cargo, collect all. That's fine. Okay. Tech use logic. Logic is intelligence. Tech use is also intelligence. Awareness is perception, so let's go with awareness. Okay, that's complete. Alright. Abelard will go with athletics. That completed. Okay. Nothing else. Well, let's head off. Okay, got it. Warrant chamber. We can't go back there. We can only go to the Navigator's Sanctum. Okay.
The Navigator's Sanctum is directly along the passage.
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once?
Sorry, old man. The voices
That
are so
cackling
loud
is
I
kinda
can't even
hilarious.
hear myself.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and divine.
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects
Okay.
of
A diviner, are you?
the voices from beyond the threshold. To me, sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me.
Okay.
And you are fun, but
Yes, I am.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor.
not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady...
Blast it. You're right.
What are you
First,
doing here?
We need to deal with what is happening here.
What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking
okay.
this boat.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt.
Okay.
And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares.
Must see if the Navigator as well.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
That's not good.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we?
Oh, we're not. Okay. Save it here. Okay, actually, can we change our formation? I prefer this classic formation. Okay, let's save it.
Say no more.
Alright, that's a good change. You can actually see all the cover now, where in the beta version you didn't always see what kind of cover there was. So that's good. Dira can go here. I'll go here. Abla can go here. Let's start the battle. Against one person as well. That's not that handy. Let's zap this guy.
What an unfortunate turn of
Nice. Forewarning. Okay. And let's go. Let's just move on. That's a little bit of damage. Nice dodge. Okay. Now we want to snipe. Okay. Just snipe this guy. 95%. Nice. Okay. Hoping I can charge that guy next.
At your beck and
Alright. Can I charge? Yes.
will be done.
It hit, but he didn't die. So let's just use Psychic Shriek. Alright. Okay, so Navigator. Okay, let's ask Idira. That sounds difficult. You are in need of help. We have to get you out of that chair. Looks like we're a bit too late with him. Okay. Seems like he's not too far gone. Who torments you? Edge of Daybreak. I want to help you. Tell me how. Run. Okay, that's... let's talk to Abelard. The Navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now? Okay, so we need the Master Helmsman. Hopefully he's still alive. Good luck. Poor guy. Alright.
Master-crafted patellar augment is not fit for a servitor.
Take all that. Okay, alternative weapons. Yes, I know about that. No more doors, I don't think. Okay. Okay, so it's probably a good place to stop here. We'll continue on. Since we're watching cutscenes and listening to some of the dialogue, I think it's going to take a little bit longer to get through everything, but should be more immersive that way. So thanks a lot for joining me for this first episode of the full release of Rogue Trader. Leave a comment. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.